Um, Welcome to the Chinese Grand Prix. This is round 9 of GFRL. You join us after the Dutch Grand Prix where nothing happened. I hope you enjoyed that race. And yeah, we're going to hope for some more action in China here. We're looking at progress on the title fight that's been going on for a majority of the season. Well, if you can call it a title fight, it's Domi versus Luca versus Prix. Only a few points separate the top three right now. If we have a look quick, we'll see in the standings. Yeah, Luca leads with 123 points. Prix in second with 119. Only 4 points separate them. Domi just behind with 92.5. I reckon he could launch himself into this title fight if he wants to. He just has to have a good race this weekend. He can't take the lead after this weekend exactly, I don't think. No, he can't. However, he will be by the end of the season. It is possible. We're going to have EJ as our first driver out by the look of it. That's a nice helmet on EJ's car. I've got to say, let's just I've got to turn down the audio a bit, I'm afraid. It's just a bit, I don't know how it is for you guys, but it's slightly loud for me. So I'm just going to turn the game audio down a tiny bit as we watch on this qualifying session. It's only a short qualifying today, as it normally is, to be fair. There's nothing different about that. However, we're only joined with 11 drivers today. Mihai not joining me in the comm box as he is driving for Aston Martin. He might be joining us later on, but I'm not sure. I don't think so. Mihai has been kind of sacked just due to commitment problems, but that's fine. We're on board with him right now, as he's got a nice helmet as well, to be fair. But yeah, let's hop on board with EJ because they're about to... Oh, Domi has a 5 second, not 5 second, a 5-place grid penalty for a collision with a collision with Luca Rapassa. That is going to affect his race quite significantly, and hopefully it doesn't affect his race too poorly, because we would like to see him at the front of the grid. It has been a while since they have been there. Right. It's the Haas is about to start their lap. Bram is. However, we do have the Red Bull. Said we'd get on board with EJ for this first lap. Round China, he's having a decent lap so far by what I've seen. Little slow down on the power coming out of that corner there into the second sector now. Flat out through these corners. Little brake through there. A bit more of a little brake, to be absolutely honest. We've got a heavy, not necessarily a heavy brake, but just on the brakes to go. Quick left. Lots of very high speed and flowing corners here. Down into the third sector here he goes. Getting a good line just before he gets onto that straight. It's very important. You can lose a lot of time on that corner if you don't get it right. EJ down the straight he goes. DRS wide open on the back of that Red Bull. 338 kilometers an hour was our top speed just there. So see if anyone can beat that. The Aston Martin and Mihai certainly can't. He was quite low down there. But yeah, we've got EJ about to cross the line. He sets a 1:32.0. That would be our time to beat. Let's get on board with Mihai, see if he's about to beat this time. I doubt he will, and he doesn't. I'm not really surprised there. He goes a second slower. But Bram goes quicker by almost 2 seconds. 1.2 seconds, sorry. Impressive lap from Bram. Who have we got about to cross the line? We've got Ruby, he's about to cross, and Ruby goes third quickest, just a little slower than EJ, 5/10 to be specific. We've got an Alpine crossing the line. Luca, of course, goes on to provisional pole for now. We've got the Mercedes of, I think that was Domi, however, he's... no, that wasn't Domi. Domi goes P3. The 1:30 is looking like our lap time. Shazad hasn't crossed the line yet. He's just started his lap. Blackberry has just started his lap too. We've got Newmy who's about to cross the line. Where's Newmy going to stick his Williams? Is he going to beat his teammate? He's not. Aiden prevails by 1/10 of a second, and the faster Williams being Aiden for today. Got Joseph File out on a lap. We've got Blackberry and Shazad as well. Blackberry, not that far up the road from Shazad, to be absolutely honest. But let's see what they can do. We've also got Kevin on a lap, just going through the first sector, and Gabri is about to start one as well. This should be pretty perfect. If we get on board with Shazad, not Shazad, Blackberry right now, sorry. He's coming down the straight, 330 kilometers an hour. He almost hit there, 329. Going very aggressive over that curb in one of the final corners, the penultimate corner, in fact. And then again over heavy on that curb. It's all about cutting those corners as much as you can. He goes P4. Right, let's see. What about Shazad? He's about to cross the line as well. Shazad puts it P5 now. We've got Joseph File going down the straight now. Let's see where Joseph File is going to stick his AlphaTauri. Is he going to knock it into the top 5? Let's see where he's going to go. Oh, it's a Mercedes! Of who was that? Domi! Another 5-place grid penalty for cutting... Not really cutting him, but just blocking him, giving him no space on that left-hander there. Unfortunate. Let's get on board with Kevin quickly as he's about to cross the line. He goes P8. That's unfortunate for Joseph File. I won't be surprised if Domi will be suffering from a penalty. Yeah, I mean, I know he's already going to be dropping 10 places, however. That's essentially back of the grid, that. Unless he can qualify on pole, then he'll start P10. Or P11, I think. But yeah, it's interesting to say the least. That Domi's the one making these mistakes. It's not often that we get that. Bram on an outlap. We got anyone on outlaps? No, we haven't. But I mean, we do. Sorry, but we do have Blackberry on an inlap. He's gained quite a fair amount of ERS there on that inlap. Got Shazad revving that engine. Bas has joined the Grand Prix. We've got Kevin on an in-lap. Joseph File, not. Gabri is about to cross the line. Where's Gabri going to stick his house? And it's P8. Quite far behind his teammate, but I'll tell you what, Gabri is a very impressive driver, and we have seen some magic pulled off from him in the past. So let's see maybe what he can do this weekend, if he can replicate it maybe. Got Luca coming out of the pits to do an outlap here. And then he'll obviously go on to do his hot lap. I think that's Domi. And one of the AlphaTauris coming out just behind him in the garage. Oh, enjoy this Alpine livery while you can, because the one that they have released is horrid. I'm not going to lie, it looks like a decent livery, but I'm kind of sick of the carbon fibre. Let me know if you guys are sick of the carbon fibre as well, because like that's just like the new Formula 1 cars for the 2024 season. I think the carbon fibre is a bit shocking, to be absolutely honest. Joseph File out just behind Domi. Mihai in the pit lane. be much safer for everyone if he stays in there. Got the Haas of Bram going fastest in the first sector here. Very impressive from Bram there. Into the second sector he goes, into this corner. Little bit of a lift sometimes going through there, but none for Bram. He goes flat out through that corner. Very good through there. Excellent second sector so far, this looks like. Oh, he's caught the curb a bit there. That might unsettle the car a little more than he will have wanted it to. Here we are into the third sector now. Here we are. He's about to go down onto the straight. He's got a good run, I'm not going to lie. One of the best runs I think I've seen this weekend. And, yep, he passes the Mercedes, passes both Mercedes, and then slam down onto the brakes as he goes into the penultimate corner. And now into the final one. And Bram's going to cross the line. He does not improve. I think he lost a bit of time in the middle sector there. We've got Blackberry on a lap right now. Very aggressive into that first corner there. Revving the engine incredibly high. Not really taking any sort of margin whatsoever so far on this lap. He is pushing, and I can definitely see it in the car. He's really throwing it round the track as much as he can. He's properly on the limit here. Got the curve just the right amount there. He's actually a little bit down on his time. How's he going to do on this final sector right here? Luca goes quickest as he goes through the penultimate corner, and back down, pedal to the metal. Let's see where he's going to stick his Mercedes. Is it going to be an improvement? Last time we saw him going through that second sector, he hadn't improved on his time, and he doesn't. He stays P4, only a tenth slower than his teammate. Who can we get on board with? We've got Shazad. Aiden is he's just finished a lap. He's doing a 31.2 right now. He's done a 31.2, should I say. Joseph File set a lap. Got a 31.3. He's put himself P7. Good for him that he finally got a lap in. We're on board with Bass right now. He's just on an out lap. I think we might stick on board with him for the rest of his lap as well. As we'll see, he goes as much brake as he possibly can. It's just warming those tyres up. Is he going to let that Ferrari go? He hasn't switched on his... There we go, the ERS has started to deplete. Right, he crossed the line. Let's see how he's going to go into this first sector. He's taken that line fairly well. And that quick right-hander and now left-hander as he goes... Ooh, with a little bit of a snap onto the straight he goes. Now into the second sector. Brake as hard as you can to get the car stopped. Then flat out through this really quick left-hander. 250 kilometers an hour, easy through there. In fact, Bass was going about 260, 270 there. Going around this double left-hander, getting just the right amount of curb like most of everyone else has. Now, again, brake to the floor. Let's see how he's going to get this line onto the straight. It's a very important corner, this. He's gone a bit wide, actually, on that first part of the corner. A little bit wide. Don't know if that is going to help him. gain a bit more speed before he went onto the straight. However, it will have affected his run through that sort of first part of the third sector there. Anyway, through the penultimate corner he goes, and really pedal to the metal there, as you can... Oh, he pits. He's pit. Alright. Well, on board with Kevin right now. Kevin is giving it the full bifters right now, and he's going through the double left-hander, and I'm not going to lie, he has invalidated his lap. That is not what you want. That's horrid when that happens. Really gut-wrenching, especially when you've been on a good one. Gabri coming out. Oh, the only driver we've got is Kevin right now. And EJ will be our first driver to start their final lap here, I reckon. Yeah, final laps now. Everyone, put your bets in place. My bet is honestly on Luca. I think Luca will keep his pole position. Domi has improved. He's gone to P2 right now, meaning he'll start P13 this weekend. P12 this weekend, sorry. Anyway, EJ starts his lap. The driver we started qualifying with is going to be the driver that we start the end of qualifying with. Oh, very wide through there. That was the Daniel Kvyat line there. And yes, he's gone off, and I think he's binned his final opportunity at a lap, unless he starts fuel saving right now. And no, it happens, he's gone into the wall and retired. Oh, unfortunate. Well, on board with not Kevin, we'll get on board with Ruby. Ruby's going to be on a lap right now. The Ferrari driver currently in P12 has had a few points finishes this season, and has had a good result for his first drive back. As a former commentator in GFRL, Ruby is really showing the skill that he does in fact deserve to be on this grid. He might not be one of the drivers at the front who fights, but he's certainly a driver who fights. Got Gabri on a lap right now as well. He's just a little bit behind Ruby as he goes onto the straight right now. Let's see what that Ferrari power engine is going to get him up to on the straight there. 320 kilometers an hour right now. 324 I think I saw clocked in at the highest speed he got to. Anyway, he's just gone around the penultimate corner and into the final. Let's see, DRS open, pedal to the metal. He's used all of his ERS deploy and he hasn't improved. He might have done. I don't think I saw it move, and if he has improved, he hasn't improved enough to make a difference. Who can we get on board with? We're on board with Aiden right now. Qualifying is officially over, so the driver who sets their lap, that's it. This is your final time, this is your final chance. Don't let the pressure get to you and just get your head down and finish the job. Into the double left-hander, Aiden goes, getting a bit more curb than I've seen most drivers taking this weekend. Bram finishes qualifying in P3. Let's see if he can hold on to it. Blackberry only a 10th down, so I wouldn't say it's impossible to beat. We've got Aiden going down the straight now. No one's beaten the fastest time I think I've seen today. Numi goes P4. Aiden getting about a top speed of 329 there. Again, not the fastest. I think the fastest I've seen was a 135. Luca extends his provisional pole by 0.2 of a second over Domi. Blackberry finishes, and that means he will start P5. In fact, no, he'll start P4. And Aiden will start P7. In fact, the entire grid from P13, no, P12, sorry, God, will be moving up a position. Except for Luca, of course, because he can't move any further up than that. Anyway, let's get on board with the Rubester. Actually, no, Ruby's done his lap. Let's get on board with Gabri. He's our final driver to settle up. And never mind, he's ran out of fuel by the looks of things. And he's going to crawl into the pit lane. Oh. Anyway, this is your starting grid for today. Luca on pole. If anyone bet against me, doubt you did, doubt anyone's in the stream right now. Oh, there's actually 5 people. Wow. Congrats. Welcome to the stream, I guess. I probably already said welcome at the start, but, you know. Anyway, this will be our starting grid. We've got Luca in P1. Domi, well, won't be in P2 because of that 10th-place grid penalty for being certified dumbass in qualifying. Don't know what that was from him. Bram in P3. Numi in P4. Blackberry P5. Shazad P6. Josephile P7. Adrian in P8, bit lower down the grid from him, but he's always told me he's better in the race than he is in qualifying, so let's get ready for something exciting from him. Gabri in P9, Bars P10, Kevin in P11, EJ in P12, Ruby P13, and Mihai dead last. And that is our starting grid, and we'll be right back with you when the lights go out. Well, just before the lights go out, to be fair, because, you know, if I brought you after the lights went out, that'd be a bit pathetic. Well, here we are in sunny Shanghai, China. If that even is in China. Probably is. I was never too good at geography. Currently looking at the paddock now. Not much fancy to look at other than Mao Zedong in the crowd, currently cheering on for Zhou Guanyu, who won't be joining us today because he failed to score the pole position, which means he will be going to a concentration camp. I'll be getting minus 1,000 social credit for that, if any of you know what I'm on about. Know a lot about Chinese culture. Anyway, sorry for that rambling. We've got 5 red lights, and we've had some jump starters, and they're out. And, oh, we've had a big crash right at the start there. Oh, massive crash at the start. God, there's too many to even identify. We've got EJ knocking someone off the track. EJ, 5-second time penalty. We've got Aiden into first place. Luca into... Oh, we got a big crash. Even... Oh, this will be a restart. This makes us look incredibly professional, I'm not gonna lie. Wow. Luca sliding through the corner there. Bas leading for the first time in a while. We just saw EJ hit the wall there. Jesus Christ, that's quite aggressive. Very horrific crash there. Well, that was a short race. Well, this is our finishing grid for today. Luca in P1, Bas in P2, EJ P3, Joseph Filo P4, Aiden P5, Blackberry P6, Mihai P7, Kevin P8, Shazad in P9, Bram in P10, Ruby in 11th, Gabri 12th, Domi 13th, and Yumi in 14th. Yeah, I reckon that will be our finishing grid for today. Well, I guess we might be giving that a second shot then. Apologies for not talking, but there's not much to talk about other than the game sucks and people can't drive. So hopefully this is quick, because you know I want to go. I want to not spend 2 hours watching nothing happen. A bit like the Dutch Grand Prix. I mean, I'm sure this won't be as bad. That was seriously a horrible race last week. This is China for you. Well, welcome to the Chinese Grand Prix for a second time. And 3, 2, 1. Action. No, we've got 15 seconds. Right. Three, 2, 1. Action. Yay. Okay, well, again, if you can look there, you see Winnie the Pooh waving his hand. Everyone doing a slightly German salute there. I reckon the crowd should not be doing those German sorts of salutes. It could be quite insensitive. To